Today we're going to talk about finding parts of a fraction. But before we talk about finding parts of a fraction, let's just go over what a fraction is. The top number is called the numerator. The bottom number is called the denominator. And the little line in the middle is called the vinculum. A fraction is a part of a whole number. It's a way to split up a number into equal parts. So the denominator, the bottom number here, shows how many equal parts the whole is broken up into. So we can see that it's broken into 1, 2, 3 parts. So that's what the denominator shows us. The numerator, the top number, represents how many parts that we are counting or we're working with. So here we can see that there are 1, 2 coloured in. So we can see that the numerator is 2. This picture here shows 2/3, and this fraction here says 2/3. Now we're ready to do parts of a fraction. If I was going to do the question 2/3 of 6, then 6 is my whole number. So if I wanted to find out 2/3 of 6 penguins, I would then need to share them or divide them into 3 equal groups, because that is what my denominator says. 1 group, 2 group, 1 group, 2 group, 3 group. My penguins have now been divided into 3 equal groups, because that is how many pieces my whole number has been broken into. So how many penguins are in each group? Remember, they have to be equal groups. So I have 1 penguin, 2 penguin. There are 2 penguins in each group. I need to times that number by my numerator. So I know that there are 2 penguins in each group. I need to times that by what number is my numerator. The number on my numerator is 2. So I need to circle 2 of the 3 groups. I've circled 2/3 of the penguins. If I counted my penguins, I'd have 2 groups of 2, and I know that 2 times 2 equals 4. So the answer of 2/3 of 6 is 4. So what happens when it goes from being a number like 6 to a number like 66? That means I would need 66 penguins. This seems like a lot of penguins I'm going to need to sort into groups. Now that I have 66 penguins, rather than trying to separate them all into groups, we're going to use our multiplication and division facts to make this so much easier than trying to sort out all these penguins. Let's just get rid of these penguins, shall we? Fine, we'll keep you because you're cute. So we want to find out 2/3 of 66. Finding parts of a fraction is a 2-step process. Divide the denominator times the numerator. Divide the denominator times the numerator. So we need to divide the whole number by the denominator. So we're going to write 66 divided by 3. I know that 6 divided by 3 equals 2. So I know that 66 divided by 3 will be 22. Then I need to write down this answer. If I used my penguins for an example, I would have 22 penguins in each group. There would be 3 groups. So I need to write this number here. But I need to find out how many 2/3 is, because right now I figured out what 1/3 is. 1/3 would be 22, but I need 2/3 of 66. So my next step would be to times the numerator. So I would need to do 22 times 2. Well, if I know that 2 times 2 is 4, then I know 22 times 2 equals 44. 2/3 of 66 would be 44. Let's do one more. We're going to look for 3/4 of 16. So the first step we need to do is divide the denominator. We need to divide the whole number by the denominator because we are breaking our whole number up into these amount of pieces. I'm going to write 16 divided by 4. I know my 4 times tables, so I know that 4 times 4 equals 16, so 16 divided by 4 equals 4. My next step is to times the numerator. So I need to times my numerator by this number. So I need to write this number down here and then times it by my numerator, which I'm going to write 4 times 3. And I know that 4 groups of 3 equals 12. So 3/4 of 16 equals 12. I've used my 2 steps, I've divided the denominator, I've times the numerator, I have my 2 steps, so I know my answer is 12. So finding a part of a fraction is easy peasy as long as we remember our 2 steps. We need to divide the denominator, then times the numerator. Good luck with your fractions!